love them grits. Guns raised in the South, you see them after the club at the Waffle House. I love them grits. Guns raised in the South, think it's fucking, they quick to run their mouth. I love them grits, 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 grits. I love them grits, 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 grits.
Hey, how y'all doing? Okay, y'all, we back this week for you, me, and my ex. In this week's episode, it was a little bit of something going on. Hi, girl, April went on this episode, and like I said last episode, it's some episodes she could sit her ass out. Okay, so on this episode, we unravel a little bit more about some of our couples. So anyway, let's get into it. Okay, let me start with these notes. Okay, so we start off with Jessica, Jerry, and Kayla V. Okay, I missed like the first 2 minutes of it, and my DVR not working currently, so I couldn't rewind it. So I missed the first 2 minutes of it. When I got on the episode, Jessica and Jerry was downstairs talking, and she was already making some little innuendos and shit, cause Kayla V had just went off on her ass, and Jerry act like it was so intense, and you know they act like the goddamn Karens and the goddamn Kevins on the show. But anyway, so Kayla V getting ready to go. She tired of this shit. She say no, she can't do it. I gotta leave, because if I don't leave, I'm gonna fuck somebody up in here. Okay, so Jessica talks about Kay and says how she don't think that she's mature. And did you hear how she was talking? This, and that. Basically acting like a Karen, like I said last week. Because basically, Kayla V let her know, bitch, I'm not the one to be played with. And she felt some type of way. And she should not. Because she was up there playing with that goddamn girl. So like I said, Kayla V fed up and she ready to go. So Jerry bring his ass up in there, y'all, and now I see right through this MF, and he doing exactly what I said he was doing last episode. He's manipulating both of these women because he's trying to get his cake and eat it too. Now he gonna go up in there, he up in there with Jessica acting like he want her to leave and they on the same page, but then he gonna go up in there and try to kiss that girl ass and get her to stay, because she was like, I just don't see this working out. And he's tried to stand firm in his words, and he's how they're going to say, okay, I'm begging you. Then he going to sit up there and work his way around it like every creature with a penis does to get back in her good grace and suggest that she go to the cabin. So she's end up in agreeing to go to the cabin. And then that's when he tells her, he go down there and tell Jessica that he convinced her to go back to the cabin. And Jessica said, that's when I said, Jessica says she's not mature enough. And that's basically what happened between them in this episode. It was basically just a little continuation from last episode, because they had Kayla V fucked up. Because they really didn't, that was the only time they ever went back to them on this goddamn episode. They went on back to my first favorite couple, which was Jimmy, Lisa, Vicky, and Jack. And I missed the review when they carried out on their goddamn RV a couple of weeks ago, and Lisa was in her goddamn feelings because Jimmy had put her in a little moment that she just couldn't. Y'all seen what happened a couple weeks ago. I don't even want to go there with Lisa, but we're gonna move along to them today. So they pull up on Dom in Florida. Lisa called Dom and tell him to come outside, and he come outside and he's all excited because he see them, and he says he can't believe, you know, like they lasted that long in that RV. And did y'all notice that Lisa and Jimmy was dressed alike? They were just coordinated. Yes, they was. So like I said, he was shocked, and he asked how did they manage to stay to do that, and they all of them said alcohol. So Wendy said it was weird seeing them at first, but it was she said it was weird at first dealing with Jimmy flirting with what's her name, with Lisa, but she said it all worked out for the greater good because they was doing this for Dom. And Lisa said that they was enjoying that day with Dom, and then tomorrow they was gonna talk about why her and Jimmy divorced. I don't know why she dragging this shit. Like, I really don't understand. I really don't. We gonna get to them in a little bit later though, because Jimmy ain't for this shit either. So the next day they throw him a party, and they arrive first. And when they arrived there, they set up this nice little get up with him for him and his friends from Jersey. They set up a nice little spot for him in the restaurant with him and his friends from Jersey. So they go outside, and him and his friends from Florida there. So they go outside, meet him, and he think that they just there to have like dinner or lunch or something. I forgot. It must was lunch because it was kind of early in the evening. And he go in there and he see all his people from Jersey. Fun. I said fun, but I'm thinking fun fact. Them people flew down there from Jersey. Why the hell they had to take an RV? That's what I thought when I seen all them people from Jersey. I'm like, so y'all flew? Why? She said they didn't fly because of COVID, but we all know why they didn't fly. I mean, it made great for TV. That's what they're trying to do. They was trying to make good for TV, and they did a great job bringing his friends together. Wendy gets emotional because Dom is 21, and she said when she first got in Dom's life, he was 3, and that for the first couple years, Lisa made it hard for her and Dom to even have a relationship, and it just was a full circle moment for her. And I can relate to that because I remember, this ain't about me, but I can relate. I can relate. Jimmy started flirting with the little young tenderonis up there, and Wendy said she'd rather him be flirting with them than flirting with Lisa ass. And so they have a good time. So the next day after the party, they sat down for a talk. Jimmy asked Dom, did he have a good time? And Dom said, yeah, he had a good time. And then Lisa want to bring up the situation that she been trying to bring up every goddamn time she get with Jimmy. She want to bring up old shit, and Jimmy don't want to hear old shit. Jimmy want to hear about none of that old shit. You just tell like he ain't trying to hear that shit. So like I say, she bring up the past, and she started telling the story to Dom about how her and Jimmy was together for 6 years. Then they got married, and then they had him 6 years after they got married, and a whole bunch of shit. Then she brought up something about the wedding pictures. He said, yeah, he had the pictures. And then she bring up when they first was in that box on like the first or second episode, and they brought up the situation about making the book for Dom, and she said that some pictures was missing. Say Dom had took her and Jimmy wedding pictures, so she made it seem like that was the reason why she wanted to tell Dom that her and Jimmy been divorced for all his goddamn life, and he's 21. Moving right along. So Jimmy shut that shit down. He got up and left, and he told them he not finna do this shit. He said he don't want no parts of them talking about his goddamn private life. And he got up and left. And that was it. Moving right along. Jennifer and Chantal. We got a little bit more deep in depth with Jennifer and Chantal. I wouldn't even say deep in depth because it's still kind of surface level, but let's get into it. Okay, so we found out that Jennifer and Chantal is having a girl, and they discussed the birthing process. They discussed whether they want to do it at home or they want to do it in a hospital, this, and that. They basically discussed the different options, and they also discussed who was gonna be there, and basically Josh is going to be there, but he's not really going to be there. Basically, like, he's like the last of the list. It's like Jennifer, then Danielle, then Josh, if possible. But then they nurse or somebody, their doctor was letting them know that COVID restrictions change every day with the hospital. So they really want to know how this will go until it's time for them to have a baby. So it's the day of their baby shower. Like I said, they having a girl. So Jennifer's sister came down from New York, and they was what's his name? Josh. Josh said that it's weird and exciting. We meet Larry, who was a previous potential donor, who is Jennifer's homegirl husband, and him and Josh get into some nut grabbing match, and he was really being like an a-hole, but I feel Josh stood his ground, like, really don't play on my top, playboy. And that seemed like you could tell everybody got opinions about this situation, and we're gonna get on that in a minute about people having something to say about the situation, but also them making it, basically inviting people in to have an opinion about the situation. So, like I say, they discussed all this situation. They were discussing this among their friends during the baby shower, and it was really like a little light chitter chatter, like they could understand it. Some of them was kind of shocked because some people not used to Jennifer. Well, I can't say not used to Jennifer being with a female now, but they didn't know Jennifer from being a lesbian. They remember her like from junior high and so forth and so on. So after the baby shower, they decide to go out. It's supposed to be their last little hoorah. Okay? So the last little hoorah, and Chantal and Danielle discussed the past, say that it's not that they really didn't like each other in the past, they didn't know each other. And once they got to know each other, they realized that they are kind of alike in a lot of ways. And they is alike in a lot of ways, because you going to see later on, them, girl, they ass got left. I just got to fast forward and just let y'all know. They ass got left because they was up there acting like each goddamn other. So, on their way out, they talk about the dynamics of them, and Josh gets irritated. And Josh gets irritated because I guess everybody's opinions, he's kind of sick of it. And then he kind of like, he has something to do with it, but at the same time, it's like he's kind of, my opinion, he's struggling because he don't have nothing to do with it. As in, since once this child being born, this is their child. He's kind of like a surrogate, but the baby's kind of be like gonna be a part of his life because he's Jennifer and Chantal is a pivotal part of his life. You know what I'm saying? So I think Josh is really struggling with all of that, on top of people opinions and shit like that. And he motherfucking tired. And he let it be known tonight. He motherfucking tired. Okay? So, they get to the bar. Josh and Chantal lead them by themselves, and they sitting over there off in the cut. And Jennifer and Danielle is at the bar taking shots. And while they at the bar taking shots, Jennifer is up there telling everybody her goddamn own business. Okay, so this is my ex-husband. This is my ex-husband's wife. And my ex-husband now is currently is a sperm donor for me and my wife. And me and him have a son, and him and her has a daughter. And then me and my wife is having a daughter, but he's a sperm donor. And she just telling shit to everybody. And some women like, okay, and I ain't gonna lie. Now you at the bar and you getting fucked up, because I go to the bar and I do my thing. Now that's one of those stories I wouldn't mind hearing at the bar. Real talk. Now, will I be telling that story at the bar? Hell goddamn no. But this ain't my business. It's Chantel's and Jennifer's. So, moving right along. So they sit down. She's telling some people, so they sit down, and this nice little older couple, they telling them, because she just drunk. And she just telling her goddamn own business. And she's sitting there, and the lady had a comment, and the lady was like, I couldn't see that. Basically some 1950 type stuff that don't nobody buy by now. And like Josh made a point and said, so would you rather these people be divorced and be an unhealthy relationship? And she's like, I just don't rock like that. And Josh got mad and left. And he got mad and he left. They goddamn asses at the goddamn bar. And do y'all know, even after he left, they left they ass at the bar. Them bitches still sat up there and continue to tell their goddamn story. Moving right along. And then, last but not least, was this last? Yes, last but not least, we get to Steven, Alex, and Caroline. And Alex says that Caroline wants him to set boundaries for Steve. And so he is setting up a meeting with Steve. He's on his way to meet Steve. He says that Steve's family have very strict COVID restrictions, and I guess Steven been standing in the basement. So whenever him and Steven do meet, they meet in the park. Now, I didn't know you and Steven be meeting, Alex. Yeah. So Steven come up, and I don't know why we always see Steven on FaceTime and stuff. I thought Steven was bigger. He looked smaller. Moving right along. And he came, and him and Alex was having a conversation. And the producer asked him how was the sex. And Alex said everything he do is amazing. So anyway, so Alex is talking to Steven, and he's telling Steven how he's basically setting up boundaries, but telling Steven he's not setting up boundaries, but he's explaining to Steven that it's certain rules that's gonna apply now, because he's moving forward with his relationship with Caroline, and there's certain stuff that he's doing that's making Caroline uncomfortable, and he don't want to make her uncomfortable, but he still want to maintain a relationship with Steven. So you can't call me the way you call me and just do like you've been doing, because I'm moving on with my life. And y'all, this is when shit really got real. And Steven just got emotional, and Alex, and Steven was like, I just thought, even though he left and he got with a woman, I thought that it was always a chance for me and him to get back together, y'all. And they get emotional, and both of them MF start crying, and I was like, wow. Alex, that nigga on the cool, like he got the niggas and the bitches loving him, and I ain't mad at him for it, because you could tell like it's genuine love from both sides, from Alex and Steven and Alex and Caroline, and that's wonderful to have. Real shit. Even though they have to set boundaries now, but that's wonderful to have. So like I said, they get emotional, him and her cry, and Alex said that he needed to do this, you know, so he can move on with his relationship with Caroline. And that was basically me, you, and my ex, y'all. Yeah, my energy a little off. I'm MF tired. I am tired. I moved. I know y'all already know that. I moved, and then yesterday I went to work at 10 o'clock, got off at 4, came home and went to sleep like at 6. I probably was asleep like at 6 o'clock in the evening. Woke up, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, y'all. Went to back sleep, it was like 4, and had to do the same thing today. So my energy a little off, and I'm off tomorrow. But I decided I want to go ahead and do this review and get it out. And I appreciate you guys watching it, and come back and see me. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.